Hi guys, so for this video I'm using yarn in size 4 and double pointed needles in size 3.75 millimeters. But for now I'm going to cast on circular knitting needles. So I'll start by leaving a long tail, and then I'll make a slip knot, and now I'll cast on 40 stitches, and this slip knot already counts as one. I just casted on 40 stitches. So now I'm going to switch these 40 stitches into my double pointed needles. So now for row 1 I'll start by knitting 2, then purling 2, knit 2, then purl 2. So I'll continue knitting 2 and purling 2 throughout row 1. Now for row 2 we'll knit 2, then purl 2, knit 2, then purl 2. So starting row 2 it's much easier because you can tell which stitches you knitted and which stitches you purled. So every time you see 2 knitted stitches, you know you have to knit them, and every time you see 2 purl stitches, you know you have to purl them. So yeah, we just continue knitting 2 and purling 2 throughout row 2. So I'll continue knitting 2 and purling 2 until I have 5 rows of knit 2 and purl 2. Now for row 6, you see we have these first 2 knitted stitches. Well, I insert my hook through the second stitch right there to the back loop. I'll knit that second stitch, but I'll still keep it on the needle, and then I'll knit the first stitch. Then I will let them both go. Then I'll purl the next 2 stitches. Now again, you see how we have these 2 knitted stitches? So through that second stitch on our left needle, I'll insert my needle, then I'll knit that stitch, and then I'll knit that first stitch. I'll purl the next 2 stitches, and right here through these 2 knitted stitches, through that second stitch on my left needle, I'll insert my right needle, I'll knit that second stitch, then I'll knit the first stitch. I'll purl the next 2 stitches. And now depending on who you're making these leggings for, if the person you're making this for has small calves, then you don't have to really do anything, you can just continue rows 1 through 6. But if they have larger calves, then you might have to increase the purl stitches. So after your work reaches 7 inches, see, I started to increase right here. See, I already increased. See, I have 3 purl stitches, but I'll just show you just in case. So after your row reaches 7 inches, we will, you see how this how you have this bump here just below this first stitch, or we'll insert our needle right there to that first stitch, wrap the yarn around the needle, and pull through, and then we just continue purling the rest of the stitches. So you have to do it for every set of purl stitches. So for every purl set of the stitches, you have to increase one. So instead of having 2 purl stitches after your work reaches 7 inches, you will end up with 3 purl stitches. So after we increase 1 purl stitch for every set of purl stitches, we will again continue repeating rows 1 through 6 for the pattern until our work reaches 16 inches. After our work measures 16 inches, I'll purl the next stitch. I will insert my left needle through this first stitch and pass it over the second stitch. Purl the next stitch. Insert the left needle through the first stitch and pass it over the second stitch. Purl the next stitch. Insert the left needle through its first stitch and pass it over the second stitch. And so we'll repeat this until we have only 1 stitch left on our needles. So now that I have only 1 stitch left, right here through its first chain, I'll make a slip stitch. Then I'll skip the next 2 chains, and through the third chain I'll make 5 double crochet. Now I'll skip the next 2 chains, and through this third chain I'll make 1 single crochet. I'll skip the next 2 chains, through this third chain I'll make 5 double crochet. Skip the next 2 chains, and through this third chain I'll make 1 single crochet. Again, I'll skip the next 2 chains, and through the third chain I'll make 5 double crochet. Then I'll skip the next 2 chains, and through this third chain I'll make 1 single crochet. Again, I'll skip the next 2 chains, and through the third chain I'll make 5 double crochet. Then I'll skip the next 2 chains, and through this third chain I'll make 1 single crochet. So I'll repeat this throughout this row. So now to finish this row, right here through this first single crochet chain, I'll make a slip stitch. Now I'll chain 1 and I'll cut this yarn. And at this point we just have to weave our ends in and we'll be done. So this is all for today, guys. I hope you like this video and thank you so much for watching. Now